Hi guys, welcome back to Temporis episode 5 of the update videos. Today I'm just going to be showing you whereabouts I am in terms of progress since the last episode. So I gone ahead and changed my colours from last episode, as you can see. Just kind of feel like the red and the dark monotone colours, I didn't really feel it anymore, and I thought it's nice to change it up when you get to a higher enough level. So we're at level 130 at the moment. Got a really nice set to show you guys, so stay tuned for that. So yeah, basically the Temporis situation, we're looking at about exactly 1,100, which is good. We still need an 800 more to get the full set, I believe. Yeah, so 1,900 is pretty much the full set, guaranteed, and then obviously anything after that. So how do you earn more Temporis? And what have I been doing to make sure I gain the right amount? So as you can see, I've got 204 quest points, which if we go into our achievements, we can see that the quest points actually give quite a lot of Temporis. There we are, so quests. So when it gets to around, I think it's 100, yeah, you get 40 per 25, and obviously times that by the 5, that's 200 tokens just there. Another one is challenges, so doing all these challenges in dungeons and just mobs at a higher level than you, you can easily get some tokens as well. What I'd recommend doing is doing the challenges in dungeons, because that actually counts for both dungeons and regular challenges. So in there you get quite a few tokens as well. Achievement points, I'm sitting at about 3,170. After getting to I think it's 1,000 actually. Yeah, after getting to 1,000, after every 250 you earn 10 Temporis. And then when it gets to 3,000, obviously it goes up as well. So really easy. Next one is dungeons. Dungeons again, pretty straightforward. Every time you do a dungeon, you get some tokens. Now the third week is nearly on its way, so I will have to go back and run dungeons again for the third time. But that's it. You don't have to do them after that. So what I'd recommend doing is probably, just going through the game as normal, and then just wait until you're a bit higher level, and then running the dungeons a few times. So as you can see, from Cardarin, the first wave you get nothing. Second wave you get 3,000 XP for my level, but the third wave you get 55,000. So it's some decent XP, and it's really good overall Temporis as well. I mean, it does add up, especially if you get to past the level 100 ones. So obviously, definitely recommend doing it. Again, I think 3 of them is a bit. It's a bit like it's not worth it to do like all the servitude and stuff, but that's definitely more late game. At the moment, I'm waiting for the GM Wabbit to spawn, because if we go into our monster achievements and we go to a Machina, we can go down to the Wabbits, and as you can see in the Wabbits one, I just need to kill the GM Wabbit, which spawns every like 25 to 30 minutes. So I'm just waiting here. Hopefully these guys have going to be kind and open the fight. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing. Leveled up quite a bit. Haven't been leeching. Like, I know a lot of people have been leeching in like Sakai and Frigrost and stuff like that. I actually haven't been leeching. This is literally just from quests and achievements. And yeah, spell wise, I'm going full strength at the moment. So we're rocking like Peat Bog, which is really OP. Wheel of Fortune, Furia, Punitive Arrow, obviously for range. Got Jump as well, which is nice when we want to get up and close and personal with them. And then the set we're going with, so characteristic wise, we're looking at about 970 strength, which is good. I think wisdom, I would prefer it a bit higher, but can't beat them all. We are 12 and 6, which is good. Range is only 2, but we can swap out something for an observer if we wanted to. I did actually go ahead and get the Watcher stuff as well. I don't know if I showed you guys that in the last video. Oh, thank God. So yeah, usually with this fight, people just keep it open because it's kind of a dick move to wait 20 minutes and then just lock it. Like, it's not fair if you think about it. So I was talking to this guy and I felt like, yeah. Yeah, I mean, some people have been there for a long time, so obviously if they don't join, it's their own fault, unfortunately. But we have left it open for them, so can't really do anything about that. So we have to do the challenge in this. Because we're both males, it should be good. We've got statue. Pretty decent. There we go. Nice. Nice and easy. Easily done. And I think we actually get a quest from that as well. So we'll just go hand that one in quick, and I'll show you guys the set that I'm currently rocking. I really want to get out of this fucking this fucking wabbit place. I hate it. I'm just gonna actually recall, to be honest. Sweet. So this video shouldn't be too long because there's there's not much stuff I need to update you guys on. Have I crashed? I think I've crashed. Interesting. Okay. Okay, let me just relog, guys. Sorry about that. But yeah, you're gonna see a black screen for about not even a minute, so don't worry about it. But no, anyways, I've started the Crimson Dofus. I'm on step 4 of the Emerald Dofus. The Turk Dofus is a bit harder because we need to do soft oak, but I have done Dragon Pig. So we're doing all the Dofuses in line. The next one that I'll probably be able to do is the Emerald. Thankfully my mounts have nearly bred. From last episode I got a lot of stuff wrong. I watched back the episode and I was like, how the hell have I said all this information and got away with it? Like, so I did some research, and you can't level wild dragon turkeys. I'm very stupid. I usually just buy them off the market. So I need to find out where I hand in this quest. Wabbit Island. Oh, optimizer system. But as I was saying, yeah, I completely forgot about the whole breeding mechanics. But now I understand it completely. I watched a really good video on YouTube, and if I remember it, I'll probably link it down below. It's a few years old, but it actually does give all the information needed. So we'll go to our mounts soon, and we'll go check them out as well, because you do need to breed the mounts in order to get the Emerald Dofus. So I definitely recommend learning about it, because it is very interesting. It just takes a long time. There we go, so we've done that quest. Oh, we haven't. Quest updated. To Wagyu. Where's Wagyu? Where's that? Cania Lake. I mean, we can go there quickly. I think I just want to finish this bloody quest off, to be honest. Don't know why. I don't know what type of quest it is or what we get from it, but yeah, it's just a quest, and for me, that's a win. So yeah, at the moment we're full strength. Hitting some pretty decent damage, to be fair. I'm happy going full strength for a bit. Probably going to stay full strength as well. Vieka definitely is strong with pure strength. Oh god, I forgot where his thing is. Is it over here? I actually forgot how to enter his cave. Okay. I'll quickly. What's it called? Wog Boo the Humid. So it's like here. There we go. There we go. Nice, easy. Talk to this guy. And that's a quest finished. Nice. So we finished the quest. We didn't get anything from it, but we needed the achievement. But anyway, there's so much I'm going through right now. But yeah, we'll go through my set quickly. It's 12 and 6. We're using Solomon for the crits and strength. Kapatuk, which is overmade in strength. We've got crit damage on there, which is something I really need. You'll see the pet I'm using at the moment is a green Pewin because of the crit damage. And the reason why is because the Yakka Flip's passive, which is pretty much the only thing which I am building sets around now. Purely because the passive is so overpowered at the moment that if they were to nerf it, they couldn't nerf it in a way that would still make it underpowered, because it is ridiculous how strong it is, and I'll quickly show you now. So with the current set, we don't have much crits on. We have 20, and then with the passive we have 40. So usually my standard turn would be just pass, is Wheel of Fortune for 250. So that's 300 power, because we crit. And then if I use Presence, which actually gives us an additional 20% extra melee damage, and then Peat Bog, which scales off your MP. As you can see, the damage preview. Yeah, we can do that twice a turn, and its range is pretty nice. Obviously, we haven't Furied, so Fury is hitting pretty decent. We haven't Singularity'd either. And yeah, as you can see, 1.5k, and then we can still use Gulon Shot, which hits 520 for a 2 AP spell. Really, really strong, considering that is a lifesteal spell. Punitive Arrow and Storm, like Storm's hitting 800s. And as you can see, the difference in crits, in damage from regular damage to crit damage is substantial. It's about 200, and that's because we have such high crit damage. So let's charge up a Puny and see how much we can deal with that. Actually, I shouldn't have used Wheel of Fortune, let's just pass. Okay, so we'll charge up a Puny. We'll go in for the buff now. So we'll double Furia. I mean, it doesn't stack, but it's always nice to do. So at the moment, the buffs we've got 150 power from our passive, which we can stack before we actually use Puny, which we're going to do. We've got our Puny ready, we've got 250 from Wheel of Fortune, we've got 20 from Furia, and we've got 20% from Singularity. Now when we use Gulon Shot, oh god, because we have 12 AP, we can actually use that, and then if we had Leak Pie we could use that as well. So as you can see, we just gained 100 power. So our second charge is 1.2k, which is good. We should have used Weapon Skill as well, because that actually gives us another 50 power. Storm is going to hit about 700s. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to wait, I'm going to charge the final Puny. I'm going to go in for a Furia. And then I'm actually going to buff this turn as well. And then I'm going to stack Gulon Shots. So my passive now is 250%. Puny is ready, but this is the final charge Puny. And we're going to hit 1.7k. Pretty decent. Especially for, obviously, far range. So yeah, the damage is pretty good. I'm really happy with how this set's come on. We are only level 130. But I'll go quickly into the set and why this set is working really well. Obviously, our passive is utilising it the most with the crit damage. We're using... Oh my god, has it crashed again? What is happening? So Dofus the past 2 days has been crashing multiple times. Don't know if you guys have experienced it too. Okay, we're fine. So we've got 2 Wee Wabbits items for the extra strength. And the belts are really nicely overmaged. We've got perfect crit damage, which is what we want, and perfect earth damage. The shoes, overmaged by 18 strength, perfect crit damage. Yeah, really nice with them. Standard trophies, really. These dragon daggers were made by a friend of mine called Cut, who's just come online now. He's an amazing guy, and the mages he can do are pretty good. When he hit this, I was I was extremely happy with it. So a big shout out to that, because we don't really need the fire, air damage, and heals. We only are sustaining from critical, earth damage, and vitality, so can't complain with that. The Millwolf ring, we're using 40 strength, but we have overmaged it in Vite. I'd probably prefer to have 20 strength and not have the 87 vitality, but that's something we can definitely work with. And then we're using the Deceitful Amulet, 20 strength overmage with 4 crits. So it is a really good set, and I'm really happy with it. I think the next thing we need to work on is probably when we get to 150, we're just going to change out all the trophies to mages, and then maybe see what we can do. I mean, it's probably a better set we can get around 160, but this set is gonna last us a long time. Okay, so enough of me waffling. Let's go over to Brakmar and let's have a look at our mounts. So I think I've figured it out. So my first mount is Fertile. I got his stamina up, I got his maturity max and his love max. He's ready to breed, only just ready, as you can see. He's 300 stamina over breedable status. Now, being fertile means it can reproduce. This one, however, cannot, because its maturity is not high enough. So to gain its maturity, it needs to be in Serenity state, but it needs to be in balanced Serenity. So this bar at the bottom is called Serenity. And essentially, to increase and decrease amount of serenity, you need to use a deal of patters or slappers. Now, I have some slappers actually. So these are slappers there. So slappers are actually going to decrease the serenity to get it to minus. As you can see, there's like an angry face because the slapper is essentially hitting the dragon turkey. The patters, however, have got nice little tofu feathers on, so they actually are going to be, pattering the dragon turkey, which actually increases serenity. So as you can see with this mount, my serenity is at minus, but it's still in the balanced radius. So what I'm going to do is use patters to increase the serenity, and while it increases, I have put down drinking troughs to increase its maturity. So its tiredness is max, which I'm fully aware of, and if we left it in the store like this, over 24 hours it would have 0 tiredness, which means we can put it back into breeding and it will do it pretty quickly. Oh, that's the wrong one. But the reason why I'm not doing that is because you can literally just leave it in here and its tiredness will still go down, but it'll just go straight back up. So it's essentially the same sort of procedure. Because we're only using these mounts once, because after the mating procedure has happened, we actually lose the wild dragon turkeys. We can't literally use them. Usually when you breed a mount, it loses its love and stamina, and you've just got to raise them up again for it in order to breed. But because these mounts can only breed once per time, they're just gone. So if we look in the market at the moment on this server, dragon turkey certificates, it's going to be extremely hard to find fertile mounts because people aren't going to be breeding mounts to make them fertile. It's a very good way to make money on this server. As you can see, people aren't breeding them for fertile. People are just selling them because they can't be bothered, or they need the karmas, or they've got too many, which is it's completely understandable. So a good way to make karmas would probably to start breeding early on, but I'm not going to do that because you don't really need karmas in this server, to be honest. So I'm keeping an eye on this mount, and obviously when its maturity reaches max, I'm going to throw the fertile mount in there, and then they will breed. Which means we've done the 4th step of the Emerald Dofus. So we're very close to that. Now in terms of other Dofuses, Crimson Dofus, we have to do Tors and Detours. So we have to do the Minotaurs Labyrinth, which isn't too difficult. I'm just waiting for a team to help me with that. And then the Turk is this one, so we just got to do Soft Oak. So it's not too much trouble. I mean, Soft Oak is quite an annoying dungeon, but probably just going to wait for the rest of the team to get to this point, and then we'll do it all together. So yeah, nothing else to really update you guys on. Got some rows of sands, but yeah, that's about it. Hopefully we should be reaching around level 145 before the next update, so I'll update you guys in 2 days time, and we'll see how we're going from there. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the Temporis server. If you are, give me a shout. And if you want me to do any tips or guides in new Temporis server, which you feel like could benefit you, then please let me know. I'm always happy to help. Yeah, stay safe.